government commiserates with the people of Katsina over a recent attack as the Nigerian Air Force destroys terrorist training camp in the northeast. African Development Bank earmarks millions of dollars for Nigeria's special agro-processing zones.
It's just the handiwork of mischievous people.
It is fake news. Additional debunks reports on purported vacation by President Muhammadu Buhari. Good evening and welcome to the news at 9 on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I am Muhammad Kuda Abubakar. Reading with me tonight is Hingino John Adams in Lagos. Thank you for joining us. Emir of Katsina, Abdul Mumin Kabir Osman, has spoken on the need for the federal government to intensify efforts towards addressing security challenges in the country. The Emir stated this when he received the federal government's delegation led by the Chief of Staff to the President, Abba Kyari, at his palace in Katsina. They were there to commiserate with him over the killings by armed bandits at Anwa and Dankar villages in Batsari local government area of Katsina State. Abdul Malik Hassan has the report.
The Emir expressed dismay over the unfortunate circumstance, noting that protection of lives and property is the responsibility of all and sundry, stressing that no state or country can be effectively governed with crisis. He appreciated President Muhammadu Buhari for sending the delegation to commiserate with the families of the victims as well as the people of the state. Briefing the entourage at the government house, Governor Aminu Masari identified lack of education as one of the factors contributing to the wanton killings in some parts of the country. He said investigation is ongoing and the state government will continue to top its strategies until such heinous crimes are addressed. Earlier, the senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Malan Garbashew, said the visit was to commiserate with the families of the deceased. He said the president prayed for the repose of the soul of the deceased and reiterated continued commitment of the federal government in the fight against insurgency and the activity of bandits. In Katsina, Abdul Malik Hassan, NTA News.
The Nigerian Air Force says it has carried out another successful air raid in its ongoing air interdiction campaign dubbed Operation Rattlesnake 3 at Kirita Wulago in Borno State. A statement by the Nigerian Air Force Director, Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ibikunle Daramola, announced that the Air Task Force of Operation Lafia Dole destroyed an Islamic State of West Africa Province ISWAP training camp at Kirita Wulago on the fringes of the Lake Chad in the northern part of Borno State on the 16th of February 2020. The statement says the attack followed credible intelligence reports and surveillance missions which established that some structures within the settlement were being used by the terrorists to house and train their fighters. Consequently, the Air Task Force dispatched an enhanced force package of attack aircrafts to engage the identified locations within the settlement. The fighter jets took turns attacking the target area in successive passes, taking out the training facilities. The Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, has reached out to 4,000 victims of Auno village insurgency attack on the community and travelers. This followed the assessment visit by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Sadia Omar Farouk, and the NEDC villages in Kondoga local government area of Borno State. Naomi Abuaku reports.
More than 800 households received food and non-food items as a way of meeting the immediate.
Well, we'll bring you that report. We're sorry with that little mishap there. The federal government says it is committed towards ensuring that special agro-processing zones are established in the country as proposed by the African Development Bank. The African Development Bank has already set aside $300 million for the project. Musa Baba Aliu has details.
It is an agricultural development project designed by the African Development Bank towards upscaling agricultural productivity in Nigeria. The project is to be jointly funded by the bank, federal government, and participating states. Agricultural clusters are to be established in Abuja, Benue, Kano and Ogun State under the program. The target crops are cereals, vegetables, cocoa, cotton, livestock including dairy and hides and skin. This forum is therefore organized for discussions on how the takeoff of the project will look like, as well as examine the commitment of the relevant stakeholders.
You need such collaboration between the agricultural sector and the industrial sector so that you can move the economy forward, you can create employment opportunities.
I would like to underline the invaluable support and contribution of the African Development Bank by setting aside the sum of $500 million for this initiative.
If plan is well executed, the construction of infrastructure for the special agro-processing zones will commence before August. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
We're going back. We told you earlier, the Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, has reached out to 4,000 victims of Audo village insurgent attack on the community and the travelers. This followed the assessment visit by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Saidia Umar Farouk, and officials of the NEDC to Auno in Kondoga local government area of Borno State. Naomi Abuaku is now here with the report.
More than 800 households received food and non-food items as a way of meeting the immediate needs of affected persons after the assessment by Northeast Development Commission in synergy with national and state emergency management agencies. 1,000 households have been targeted by NEDC. However, most members of the community have fled the town. Managing Director Dr. Muhammad Goni Al-Kali gave the assurance of the federal government's commitment to rebuild all destroyed houses and business facilities to enable the people regain their means of living.
We discovered that there is need for humanitarian assistance. This is why I brought this quantity of food items so that we will have some stabilizing effect on what will happen.
We have to be very, very top of situation. The vision of the governor is to close camp, but we still receive new arrivals.
The managing director, NEDC, had also extended palliative support to new arrivals stranded in front of one of the IDP's camps in Maiduguri with no warm clothing, food and place to settle. The over 300 people, mostly women and children from Kaimla and Alo, both in Kondoga local government, were discovered following a passionate appeal that went viral on the social media. In Maiduguri, Naomi Aboku, NTA News.
The federal government has evolved new strategy for the mines and steel development sector that will ensure the payment of royalties by multinational companies operating in Nigeria. Minister of State, Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Uchechukwu Samson Oga, made this known during a familiarization visit to Minna, Niger State. Dauda Mohammed reports.
Nigeria, with about 44 known minerals of commercial quantity spread across the country, has sadly not adequately benefited from a solid mineral sector, due largely to dependence on oil. The new policy thrust of the federal government in diversifying the economy from oil to agriculture and solid minerals necessitated the visit of the Minister of State, Mines and Steel Development to Minna as part of efforts at improving the mining sector and improving revenue generation. People may wonder why the visit to the 700 megawatts Zungeru hydroelectric dam, which is now about 80% completed. Well, the site houses one of the biggest quarry sites in Niger State, and royalty has not been paid to the federal government for over 6 years.
We are going to collaborate, synergize to see how we ensure that all the royalties due to federal government is paid for the interests of the nation.
Earlier, during a visit to the Niger State Governor, Abubakar Sani Bello, the Minister of State, Mines and Steel Development revealed that President Muhammadu Buhari has approved 13% derivation to states from all royalties in the mining sector.
With synergy, we're able to share ideas, we're able to share difficulties, and find long-lasting solutions to most of the problems.
The Minister of State, Mines and Steel Development also had an interactive meeting with stakeholders in the mining industry in Niger State, where issues of the importance of community development agreement, land reclamation of mined areas, and Mining Act were discussed. In Minna, Dauda Mohammed, NTA News.
Time now for our first break. We have more reports when we return.
Welcome to our wonderful world of data with these incredible new offers from your #1 4G network nationwide. Glow Unlimited.
The Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, FNCS, FBCS, FIIM, MCPN, cordially invites all stakeholders to the presentation and award ceremony of the winners of the 2020 Annual National ICT Girls Empowerment Competition. Theme: ICT Innovation for Inclusion in a Digital Economy. Date: Tuesday, 18 February 2020. Venue: Ladi Kweli Hall, Sheraton Hotel, Abuja. Time: 11 a.m. For further inquiries and information, please call 080-367-94599, 080-270-56424, or 080-654-73948. We look forward to welcoming you. Announcer, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy.
Think about that. No be only cloth this sewing machine they make. If you put food for your table and roof over person head, can you go ogbonge fashion show around the world? Find the cocoa inside every story. Go bbc.com/pidgin to see more of your world.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in conjunction with the Nigerian Defense Academy, NDA, is set to mark the passing out parade of cadets of EFCC Detective Inspector Course 5 from the Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna, which will take place on Tuesday, February 18, 2020, at the Nigerian Defense Academy NDA Parade Ground, Afaka, Kaduna. Time: 9 o'clock in the morning. Reviewing officer and special guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please note that this event is strictly by invitation.
Choose to do this with your stew, but not your data. Get more out of life with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# today. Data is life.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
The Honorable Minister of Education, Malam Adamu hereby invites all those who have successfully completed the application for the 2020-2021 Federal Scholarship JAMB CBT examination to note that the one-day examination is scheduled to hold on Wednesday, 19th February 2019 across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Each candidate shall be notified of his or her designated center, examination number, and time through SMS. For further inquiries, contact the Director, Secretary, Federal Scholarship Board via fsb2011@gmail.com or fsbcw@education.gov.ng or www.education.gov.ng or on 080-8910-8998. Architect Soniti Echano, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Education, Announcer.
The Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, in collaboration with ECOWAS and African Development Bank, is launching the 50 Million African Women Speak Platform Project, a platform which is aimed at improving the access of women to information, financing, and networking women with institutions or partners that will support their businesses. Date: 20th February 2020. Time: 10 a.m. Venue: Exhibition Pavilion beside ICC, opposite Radio House. To register, please log on to www.womenconnect.org.
Following recurring incidences of traffic violations resulting in multiple accidents,
the FCT administration wishes to inform the residents of the FCT
that starting Monday, 17th February 2020, all traffic violators, irrespective of status or office, will be prosecuted on the spot by the FCT mobile court, and they will be named and shamed on television and newspapers. Residents of the FCT are enjoined to be law-abiding always. Let's together build the FCT of our dreams.
Sir Christian Chinyaka, or her Permanent Secretary, Announcer. On behalf of the Governing Council, the Director General, Chief Executive of Industrial Training Fund, Sir Joseph Ari KSM, cordially invites stakeholders to the commissioning ceremony of the two newly completed projects, the Mechatronics Workshop and Administrative Block at the Industrial Skills Training Center, Kano, and the Katsina Area Office Complex. The Executive Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, will be the distinguished guest of honor at the commissioning ceremony in Kano, while the Chief Executive of Katsina State, Right Honorable Dr. Aminu Bello Masari, will serve as the distinguished guest of honor in Katsina State. The commissioning ceremony in Kano will take place on Thursday, 20th February 2020 at 11 a.m., while the Katsina Area Office commissioning will take place on Friday, 21st February 2020 at 11 a.m. The special guest of honor, the Honorable Minister of State, Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Miriam Yawaji Katagum, will perform the commissioning ceremonies. ITF Management Announcer.
Thank you for remaining with the NTA. The Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, has described as baseless, unfounded and mischievous reports in the social media indicating that President Muhammadu Buhari is billed to proceed on a 20-day vacation to the United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia and Austria. Reacting to the report, the presidential spokesperson maintained that the purveyors of fake and concocted information appear to be currently on overdrive, urging Nigerians to be careful what they consume.
Got many calls, many inquiries, whether this was true or not. But of course, there is no truth to it at all. It's just the handiwork of mischievous people who want to cause disaffection, dissatisfaction in the country. We know that Nigeria has been passing through challenging times in the past couple of weeks, particularly due to security challenges. Now they have added disinformation to it. Transportation Minister was said to have been attacked at Rigasa in Kaduna. He has denied it. The Air Force was alleged to have killed 250 insurgents. They have denied it. Zara, the daughter of the president, was said to have got a job through the back door as a deputy manager at the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency. There is no truth to it. Merchants of falsehood are on the prowl and they don't mean our country any good. People who are designing should please note that they are out for disaffection and be careful. Be careful what you accept, be careful the information you consume, and then the information you share.
Mr. Adesina therefore said Nigerians must learn to be discriminatory about what they accept as credible information without authentication, so as to collectively beat the malevolent minds at their pernicious games. Meanwhile, the NTA has been informed of a fake Facebook account called NTA Nigeria News, operated by one Solomon Adeolu Adekule, posting unpleasant items and views purportedly by the Nigerian Television Authority. The general public is hereby alerted that this is not NTA verified Facebook account and should be discountenanced by the numerous followers of the NTA on our social media platforms. NTA does not and has never operated with the name NTA Nigeria News. The public is enjoined to beware of these scammers who may be using the account to dupe the unsuspecting users. Facebook has also been notified of the fake account. Please be cautious. Tertiary institutions in Nigeria that involve themselves in admitting candidates not through the central admission processing system will be sanctioned. Minister of Education Adamu gave this warning at the headquarters of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, in Buhari, Abuja. Olayin Kaoju reports.
The introduction of the Central Admission Processing System (CAPS) into tertiary institutions' admission process has brought fairness, discipline, and equity into the process of admission of students. But some tertiary institutions found wanting in their admission processes have been on hold until the right things are done. The Education Minister sees it as an act of corruption.
I therefore urge all institutions to pay and play according to the rules by conducting all the admission processes only through CAPS.
It is few hours to the closure of JAMB's 2020 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination Registration Portal as there will be no extension of registration. And all is set for the commencement of the UTME mock examination expected to take more than 300,000 candidates across the nation.
We are also automating our mock this year. There are even centers where there are no students physically will still be automated and used for the examination.
Centers across the country will be conducting the UTME mock examination. Olainka Ojo, NTA News.
In what appears to be a testimony to its commitment to the foundation upon which it was established, the University of Abuja held its 24th convocation barely 7 months into office of its new Vice-Chancellor, Professor Abdul Rashid Na'Allah. At the event, award of certificates and more than 10,000 graduates were given in various degrees and diplomas. Abdullah Musa Suleja has the report.
In the recent past, University of Abuja was challenged by so many obstacles that made smooth and seamless operations difficult, denting its image among its peers and most importantly in the eyes of the public. With such challenges now a thing of the past, the outgoing and specifically the incoming management have not rested on their oars to reposition the citadel of learning in tune with best universities across the globe. Facts obtained from various segments of the university on achievement in the last academic session are not only encouraging, but justification of the new thinking by its new management. Improvement in student-lecturer relationship, renewed commitment by lecturers and other supporting staff, and early release of results are testimony to that fact. Visitor to the university and President Muhammadu Buhari was represented by the NUC Executive Secretary Professor Adamu Abubakar Rashid.
I must emphasize that universities must maintain a certain level of credibility and stability with uninterrupted academic activities if the overall objectives of attaining national development goals with institutions as pivots are to be achieved.
One can affirm without fear of contradiction that over the last 1 year, the university has been put on the threshold for repositioning to new heights.
Apart from other courses, the university has also secured approval to establish Faculty of Environmental Science with Railway Engineering as a course of study in view. Out of 3,666 regular degree graduates, 26 have first class with 14 PhD holders. A former Chief of Army Staff, Major General Alwali George Kazir, was conferred with honorary doctorate degree of political science, while the famous royal court musician of late 19th century in Hausa land, late Malam Ibrahim Tubali Narambada, was also conferred with posthumous doctorate degree of literature. Chancellor of the university and Emir of Zazzau Alhaji Shehu Idris was represented by Sarkin Kudun Zazzau Alhaji Sambo Idris, accompanied by German Zazzau Alhaji Mokhtar Ibrahim Shehu. Abdullah Musa Suleja, NTA News.
The Northern Governors Forum has congratulated the First Lady Aisha Muhammadu Buhari on her birthday. A statement by the forum's chairman and governor of Plateau State, Simon Bagolalong, described the First Lady as a passionate mother who has deployed the influence and goodwill of her office to the benefit of the downtrodden and the less privileged. Governor Lalong also noted with delight that through the collaboration of the First Lady with her colleagues around the world, she has advocated for the girl-child education, healthcare improvement, tackling gender-based violence, and advocating for women's rights. The Governors Forum, according to Governor Lalong, appreciates how the First Lady has continued to carry along wives of governors, as well as encouraging them to pursue worthy causes that will help vulnerable people in their states. The Northern Governors Forum prayed God to give Aisha Buhari more years of sound health, divine protection, and wisdom as she continued to support President Muhammadu Buhari to serve Nigeria. Stakeholders in Imo State want Nigerians, particularly those in the state, to display the spirit of sportsmanship and accept the Supreme Court judgment that led to the victory of Senator Hope Uzodimma as the state governor. Saliu Abdullah reports that the stakeholders during a solidarity rally in Abuja have accepted the leadership agenda of Governor of Imo State.
January 15, 2020 is a date
that opened a new chapter in the political history of Imo State. The Supreme Court has truncated the reign of PDP-led government in the state, and APC has since took over the mantle of leadership in compliance with the court order. It is more than 1 month that the people are experiencing new leadership. This solidarity work, the stakeholders say, is to express confidence in the APC-led government of Senator Hope Uzodinma.
We are just thinking that at least for the APC that have come fully to Imo State now, and just 3 weeks that the man started as a governor, we have seen the unprecedented achievement he has done for just 3 weeks.
They say the peaceful atmosphere and leadership qualities displayed by APC stalwarts at all levels is commendable and need to be sustained. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
We'll now take you to Lagos, where Hingino is standing by to give us more reports on NTA Network News. Hello, Hingino.
Hello, Kudu. Thanks for joining us in Lagos. We begin here with aviation. The instrument landing system, which has been affecting flight operations at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, is presently undergoing calibration as key players in the sector hope for improved visibility to guarantee full flight operations. Michael Olale reports that cases of flight cancellation are rare, except those that had their flights delayed.
With the category 3 system, you'll be able to come down lower. And when you are closer to the runway, of course, you'll be able to see the runway, where it aids you in being able to see the runway better.
It was a statement that increased the ray of hope that the era of poor visibility caused by harmattan haze, fog and even rain will be a thing of the past. Less than 4 months after the installation of the Category 3 instrument landing system, the equipment is struggling to live up to expectation as flight cancellation, diversion and delay are challenges inhibiting mobility at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. Benga Deniji is making his first trip to Dubai, but his excitement is mixed with fear due to delay.
I've already booked a cab who's going to come and pick me up. But now, everything, when we get there, is going to be around in the midnight, around that too. You know, it will be very hard, you know, for you to get where you want to be.
To Marahaj Shinja, the journey to India is closer than the hours spent at the airport, also due to flight delay.
My flight resumed at 9:40, but we are still around till 4 o'clock because flight is delayed around 7 hours. So we are just still doing the time pass.
Although not all the airlines are affected by this development, as some of them still guarantee takeoff and landing. But the surest bet is for the weather to improve until the Category 3 lander system is fully calibrated.
The determining factor is the weather. It's not just the air now because they have been fixed. The new one, the upgraded one that has been put to install is not yet clear for use. We have only have something we are using, which I put on in that category 2, which is also say standard worldwide.
While the problem associated with the prevailing weather condition is beyond the capability of any organization in the industry, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority is calling on operators to ensure that necessary measures are put in place to cushion the effects of flight delay or diversion on their passengers. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NT News.
Let's now take a look at the judiciary. The Federal High Court Lagos has ruled that the head of operations Zenith Bank, Ado-Ekiti branch, Johnson Abidakun, can testify as a prosecution witness in the ongoing fraud trial of the former governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, and a firm, Spotless Investment Limited. Justice Chukwudekwu Aneke gave the ruling at the resumed trial of the accused in Lagos. Tunde Saiki reports.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, had brought Johnson Abidaku in to replace a bullion vine driver with Zenith Bank Ado-Ekiti branch, Adewale Aladegbola, who had earlier testified in the case. The prosecution counsel of EFCC, Rotimi Jacobs, SAN, had alleged that the testimony given by the bullion vine driver was different from the statement he wrote at the EFCC's office during investigation, and also alleged that the defendant, Ayodele Fayose, had gone behind to compromise the witness by threatening him. He argued further that since the case was just starting afresh before Justice Aneke, after it was transferred from retired Justice Mojisola Olatoregun, before whom the bullion van driver Adewale
Aladigbola testified. But the defense counsels, Ola Olanipekun SAN and Olalekan Ojo SAN, opposed the prosecution's move, describing it as an abuse of court processes. At the resumed trial, the judge said the prosecution has every right to bring in a witness inasmuch as the witness statement will help to bring quick dispensation of the case.
We brought a witness and then they opposed that we cannot call him to give evidence. And we say no, the witness is capable, is able, is allowed under the law. Our duty as lawyers is to present our arguments. It is for the court to decide one way or the other. We are satisfied with His Lordship's ruling.
The judge then adjourned the matter to the 5th and 6th of March 2020 for continuation of trial. In Lagos, Tunde Saiki, NTA News.
We pause here for a break. Network news continues shortly.
Take, Madam Ibo.
So, you now want to pick my call?
Then bomb me where? Mommy of life. Final, mommy.
Where my car?
Mommy, now smart things remain.
If my car not ready before Kokoroko tomorrow, me and you go put leg inside one trouser. One lie.
Lost my phone.
Yes, ma. Look at this phone. All right, yes, ma.
Hey, Majo,
Kini.
Mommy, no be you. Don't waste your credit. When I finish, I go call.
You call me. Me wear my middle name na credit. Where Glow they give me boku.
Glow and Mebo. Get 5 times your recharge to call all networks. Recharge with *555* PIN hash.
This talk people. I beg give me my phone, make I go, Joe.
Talon so talk yen.
Breakfast today, every day.
Nestle, good food, good life.
Enjoy 20% off in the Airtel Home Broadband Season of Love promo. Get up to 160 gigabyte on Airtel routers with just 19,999 naira and up to 55 gigabyte on Airtel MiFis with only 9,999 naira. More data, more you. Reliable home broadband by
Airtel, the smartphone network.
What we are really cultivating here is a better future for all Nigerian women, and it's not always easy. Panadol Extra relieves headache, backache, joint pain, toothache, and menstrual pain. The pain is worth it.
Sore throats, it's often caused by bacteria and viruses. It feels like they're having a party. You need Strepsils. It soothes the pain, plus it fights the germs with 2 germ-killing actives. Double power in 1 lozenge. Bye-bye sore throat. Take Strepsils.
She picked the time, he picked the place. Now their eyes meet. But self-doubt stands between them. Can they break the barrier? With the freshness of antibacterial mouthwash formula in our best ever close-up toothpaste. Break the barrier. Move closer with confidence. Close-up deep action for 12 hours of fresh breath.
It is morning. A new beginning. As you prepare everyone for the day ahead, just anything is not enough. Only you make breakfast special, creamy, tasty, with vitamins and nutrients we need for a delightful, healthy start.
So start your day right with Hollandia Evap.
Hollandia.
Encourage shopping with the right place,
That one no fine.
No, nice.
No, it's too dull.
This one.
Oh wow, it's beautiful. Omo, this fabric. It gon' fade though.
Yeah. Look, make I tell you something. The new area Ankara, it go take good care of it.
No right.
Not life.
True. And the price cheap. Try new Ariel on your Ankara and colors now.
This is beautiful.
Quality is vital. Quality is Vitafoam.
Hello, honey.
Hey, baby.
Wow. Those guys are good in bed.
What?
Yes, we're good in bed. Hurry now to any Vitafoam accredited dealer nationwide or visit us online on www.vitafoamng.com to place your order today. Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
Newcastle United travel to London for the second week in a row as they take on Crystal Palace in the league. Will they achieve the double over their host this season, or will Crystal Palace carry out their revenge? Find out as Crystal Palace hosts Newcastle United on the Premier League Live on NTA Network at 3:30 p.m. this Saturday. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Coca-Cola and Access Bank.
Welcome back. Time now for business news, and Comfort Amadu is here with details. Hello, Comfort.
Hello, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, the federal government says it plans to appoint advisors for a 3.3 billion euro bond issue through an open competitive bid process and expects to complete an approval process for the sale soon. The Debt Management Office stated that the new euro bond will be used to partly fund government's 2020 budget deficit and refinance an existing $500 million euro bond due in January next year. And trading on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange opened the week negative, with the all-share index closing below 28,000 basis points. It depreciated by 0.67% to close at 27,570.94 basis points, with market capitalization at 14.3 trillion naira. While 304.6 million shares valued at 1.5 billion naira in 3,302 deals exchanged hands at the end of the session. Owando topped the gainers as Guarantee Trust Bank led the decliners, while Zenith Bank, USCN and Guarantee were the most sorted after stocks at the end of the day trading session. And that's it on business news. Is back to Kudu.
Thank you, Comfort. The Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, have reiterated the need for subnationals in Nigeria to key into the agricultural revolution in the country by providing infrastructures and land for investors who want to establish production and processing facilities in their states. The CBN governor stated this when he visited the FCT Minister, Muhammad Musa Bello, in his office. Shimabi Walter Naji reports.
And following the announcement by the Central Bank of Nigeria last year on its intention to ban the importation of milk and dairy products in the country and its desire to achieve the 550,000 metric tons target of the CBN on milk production between 6 to 12 months. Engagements like this is to reduce office time in process of land procurement by investors in their quest to establish processing factories for dairy products and its value chain.
Some of our meetings, they had said that even if they consume all the cassava starch or glucose or sorbitol that is produced in Nigeria, that it will not even be enough. For that reason, we have gone into a lot of backward integration with our smallholder farmers in our rural communities, even for the production and massive production of cassava in different parts of the country. Now, these companies have come because they would need the opportunity to be able to set up processing plants and their factories here in Abuja. Agri development.
The Minister, Federal Capital Territory, Muhammad Musa Bello, while promising to provide the necessary assistance, noted the importance for the bank to float a price stability mechanism in order to ensure efficient production by farmers.
We would provide the needed land, but where we have competitive advantage, I think it's being able to give you facilities where you can process. Simply because we are at the center of what you could call the transportation extension hub.
It is believed that the establishment of such factories will help in job creation and save the foreign exchange that would have been used in importation of dairy products into the country. In Abuja, I'm Chibobi Walter Naji, NTA News.
The continuous search for solutions to Nigeria's housing deficit has resulted in a new collaboration that has taken 150 people out of those needing shelter. Joseph Johnson reports that the success of the model is leading its expansion to cover the country at large.
The basic needs of Nigerian workers could be said to have been met with the provision of this Wood Hill estate. Well, at least for 150 of them, who are members of the Akake Multipurpose Cooperative Society. They are now proud occupants of these 2-bedroom semi-detached and 3 bedrooms fully detached houses. Salamat Ahmed, mother of 2, is one of the beneficiaries. She says the feeling of finally crossing off rent from her bills is a dream come true.
Since when I'm here now, I'm very happy. I don't have a problem with landlord again. I don't have a problem with any tenant to come and knock the door that our NEPA bill has come, let's come and share it. Now I am a landlady of myself.
When she started this house, I encouraged her. I told her, I said, you should go into it, that it's going to be a reality. And today is a reality has come.
A reality made possible by the joint efforts between the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, the Cooperative and Perfect Estate Developers, a collaboration the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, intends to replicate across the country.
We want people to acquire their own land, design what they want to build, organize themselves into a registered cooperative, go to their state government where they are, get title for that land, and also get a planning permit, so that no government or successor will come back in future to say you built a slum, I want to demolish it. Go to the Federal Mortgage Bank office in any of the 36 states of Nigeria and apply for a loan. I assure you, you will get a positive response.
The police service whose basic infrastructure, including internal roads, was covered underground drains, electricity and water works to create a conducive and living environment.
The inauguration of the cooperative housing estate funded by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is considered a remarkable milestone and a demonstration of the present administration's commitment in the provision of qualitative and affordable houses to the teeming workforce, both in the formal and informal sectors of the economy. From Kuje Area Council, Joseph Johnson, NTA News.
The West Africa sub-region is developing far-reaching regional measures to prevent the spread of coronavirus, now known as COVID-19, throughout the sub-region. Abubakar Osman Akwanga reports that the development is the outcome of the Regional Health Ministers' meeting of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, held in Bamako, Mali.
The strategic preparedness measure to prevent the spread of coronavirus COVID-19 to the West African region is coordinated by the West African Health Organization, WAO, with support from state actors. Minister of State for Health, Olorunimbe Mamora, explains that the emergency meeting became necessary owing to the rising cases of the virus in China and the need to develop a unified regional approach against the global health threat. He says laboratory preparedness, surveillance and quarantine, accurate and timely communication, as well as key players' engagement are immediate measures to implement on the agenda.
Work closely with the relevant authorities of national government and the Chinese government to monitor and assure the health situation of our citizens resident in China.
We have had suspected cases, and that's the number in these countries in West Africa, all of which have tested negative.
The minister dispelled rumors making the rounds that Nigerians resident in China who indicated interest of return to the country in the outbreak of the epidemic in China were neglected, and emphasized personal hygiene as precautionary measures against the respiratory tract infection. The current statistics of COVID-19 shows 69,267 cases, out of which China represents 99%, while 727 cases are shared by 25 countries, including a confirmed case in Egypt. In Abuja, Abubakar Usman Akwanga, NTA News.
The House Committee on Environment has resolved to oversight the Ogoni cleanup project with a view to ascertain the level of adherence to the conditions of the United Nations Environment Programme and that of Nigeria's federal government. Committee Chairman Johnson Agakide Oguma, at a meeting with officials of the Federal Ministry of Environment and other stakeholders, assured that the legislature is committed to the achievement of the target of the project. National Assembly correspondent Abdullahi Aminu reports.
This is the second sitting of the investigative hearing on the Ogoni cleanup project by the House Committee. Submissions were made by the Federal Ministry of Environment, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), and the National Oil Spill Detection Remediation Agency (NOSDRA), among other stakeholders, on the slow phase of the project.
Every single running of the system is between the Governing Council and the BOT for implementation, and it is clearly the steps and processes are clearly defined in the Gazette.
We have 21 contractors on ground doing remediation work.
We will go there, monitor what is being done, and then ensure that the cleanup is done to all practical purposes.
We do not want to remember the things that led to that pollution.
Committee members suggested the need to inspect the level of remediation work and the independence of the Hydrocarbon Pollution Remediation Project Office.
Now we are talking about Ogoni cleanup because of the pressure from the Ogoni people, and we know that long ago they've been suffering from this pollution.
The committee also advised on proper publication of the contracts allocation processes, youth involvement in the project, and provision of an integrated contaminated soil research center within the area. From the National Assembly, Abdullahi Aminu, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory Ministerial Task Team on Traffic Control has commenced enforcement against traffic violators within the metropolis. Shuaibu Onoize Yakubu reports that during the first day of the exercise, 34 cases were referred to the mobile court for prosecution.
To ensure discipline and sanity on the road, the Directorate of Road Traffic Services deployed officers and men to strategic intersections within the metropolis. Arrests were made and motorcycles impounded for various traffic offences. So far, 34 cases were referred to mobile court and drivers subjected to psychiatric evaluation, with one driver remanded in custody for resisting arrest and causing accident.
There are basically some little challenges that has to do with people that have resisted arrest, and only one case of somebody who tried to run with our officer, and along the line there is a minor accident, let me call it.
A good normal human being will see traffic like giving him red and he will just start going. You need to check the state of your mental stability first. When that is done, you now go and face the law.
What we observed at the weekend through reckless driving, we had multiple accidents yesterday. We had a case of an SUV that actually somersaulted off.
The operation, which is carried out in conjunction with other security agencies, will be intensified to ensure compliance with traffic rules and regulations in the territory. Shuaibu Onozeyaku, NTA News.
NTA Network News returns shortly after this break.
Embracing the agricultural values chain in Nigeria is the focus this week on NTA Tuesday Live.
If we are going to progress, we have to train extension workers.
Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Muhammadu Sabu Nanuno, and other dignitaries, including Chairman, House Committee on Agriculture, Munir Baba Danagunde, will provide answers to all your questions. Tuesday Live at 10:30 p.m. Don't miss it.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice. And making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent's Triple Protection 123. It's 3 toothpaste in 1 to give them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent's Triple Protection 123. Choose Dano milk for your family because 100% of our milk is sourced from our farms. This means that we control the entire production process from grass to glass, taking great care in every step to ensure the milk that gets to you is of high quality, great tasting, and enriched with essential nutrients that are great for your family. Available in Dano Cool Cow, Dano Full Cream, Dano Slim, and Dano Flavored Milk.
In Nigeria, there is one sound we need to silence. So let's silence toothache before it starts with Oral-B All-Round Protection. Its advanced technology helps prevent both tooth holes and gum problems that can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your teeth, giving them all-round protection. Because the only sound we really want to hear is that of our future. For healthier, stronger teeth in 1 week.
Newcastle United travel to London for the second week in a row as they take on Crystal Palace in the league. Will they achieve the double over their hosts this season, or will Crystal Palace carry out their revenge? Find out as Crystal Palace hosts Newcastle United on the Premier League Live on NTA Network at 3:30 p.m. this Saturday. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Coca-Cola and Access Bank.
Thank you for remaining with the NTA. Governors of the 36 states of the Federation have been charged to collaborate with the Federal Inland Revenue Service towards ensuring prompt deduction and remittance of taxes to the federal government. Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Muhammad Nami, gave the charge while interacting with the Ogun State Governor, Prince Dakpo Abiodun, in Abeokuta.
Ogun State generates millions yearly as revenue to the coffers of government, expectedly generated from taxes and license. The visit of the newly appointed chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Muhammad Nami, to Ogun State was therefore not surprising. He told Governor Dakpo Abiodun that plans are underway to enhance the revenue base of the state through strategies adopted by the federal government to assist FIRS meet its target of 8.5 trillion naira. The chairman, who also disclosed that reforms being carried out to reposition the FIRS as an effective tax administrator for improved revenue generation, assured that FIRS will continue to collaborate with state government through the Joint Tax Board to exchange information, financial intelligence, as well as check multiple tax auditing.
The essence of coming here is to collaborate with the state government, particularly the Internal Revenue Service, on how we can best exchange information, exchange idea, collectively build capacity of our tax administrators for purpose of ensuring that we collectively generate adequate revenue for purpose of funding infrastructure, for purpose of fighting insecurity, for purpose of addressing the budget deficit.
Governor Dakpo Abiodun told the FIRS chairman that the state government has deployed more to enhance operational efficiency and have so far reduced revenue leakage.
We appreciate and know that FIRS has a lot of programs that are aimed at, training and capacity building. We believe that there's no need to reinvent the wheel, that we can, tap into that and we can collaborate in that area, and that would also help our tax administrators all the way to, even the local government levels in being better tax administrators.
The FIRS boss had earlier visited the FIRS Ogun State head office, where he was conducted around to assess facilities on ground. He also interacted with the management and staff of the zone, promising them a conducive working environment with adequate welfare package, provided they work as a team to achieve or even surpass their targets.
In sports, Ikpokpa Aka Local Government Council is winner of the 3rd Edo State Sports Festival. The game's climax this Saturday in Benin. Elizabeth Omoko has the report.